Well, hello, I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Business Boss Consulting, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. This is the day that the Lord hath made. We shall rejoice, we shall sing, we shall encourage, we shall be inspired by all of it. So, uh, so why did you stop? So why did you? Now, let me just say this that I have a disclaimer right up front. So this is no indictment. This is no accusation against people who need to pause. So this is my disclaimer straight up front, off the top, is that there are some times where you do need to take a step back. Whether that's a Saturday, whether that's I often say get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and go by the river or go by a creek, go sit in a park. There are times when you need to pause. You cannot go 100 miles an hour. I'm a living witness. You can't do it. My friends all warned me when I first retired that, girl, you going so hard, you're going to burn out. I'm like, yeah, but I'm excited. I got all the time and all the schedule. But then eventually your body says, hello, big girl, you got to stop and pause. So this is not an indictment on people who need to stop, need to regroup. You need to have sometimes. I mean, I've done meetings with other business people. We got a pizza and salad and brownies and cookies and sat around my good friend Francesca White and an excellent editor too, kitchen table and really kind of planned out. We took a time to stop. We took a time to pause and reflect and evaluate. But as far as stopping our businesses completely, we didn't do that. There are sometimes that grief happens and that you have to take a pause, that you have to take time to heal or go in therapy or talk to some people, sleep, relax, rest. There are times that you do that. But this is not, I'm not talking to them people today. I'm not even talking to myself, who has been on the road 3 weeks at the recording of this solid. I probably have visited at least between book talks and actually in person events. I probably had 8 events in the last 3 weeks. Okay. So I am going to take care of my clients, take care of my business, uh, take care of my house, get home and go through all the boxes and all the mail and rest. And I probably don't have any actual events. I have business to do, but I don't have any events probably for the next at least 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to enjoy Easter. I'm going to go on a double date with another couple so that we can celebrate the wife's birthday and, just all of that stuff. So I'm going to take a enjoy life. That's all I'm going to say because breaks is just hard. But I'm not talking to people who go 1,000 miles a minute and do need to rest. I'll talk about that another time. But some of the things that I've seen on my tour is that people are really not just stopped, they're stuck. I'll talk about that in a minute. But some of it is okay, we're still in the last few weeks of the first quarter of the year. And I can almost guarantee you that some people, I won't say all, I definitely won't say all, but some of those things you said, all right, I'm going to be better at this year. I'm going to start doing some things you already done. Yeah, I said it. I pointed it out. Uh, but but you've already stopped because it was a desire, it was a goal, but you didn't make it a part of your life. You didn't make it a part of your habit. As you can tell, I'm not home. Um, I'm still on the road, uh, and so I'm recording this. But in spite of technical issues and glitches and oops, I made a mistake and I messed up, I'm still consistent. I haven't stopped. I've been doing this consistently on Sunday morning, whether I pre-record as I'm doing now, or whether I go live, or I pre-record and then go live, for pretty much 4 solid years because I started like in February 2020. And so that was a part of my going, but I haven't stopped. It's something that I have made a part of my life. So even if I forget to do it or something happens, I can still push the red button, go live on social media, share it on the other social media because it's a part of what I do. God gives, I pray, I ask God, what do you want me to say? And He says, why did you stop? Why did you stop? What did you stop for? Was it really a part of what you wanted to do? Or did life start lifing and the budget start budgeting and the math did math and the something else happened? I get that. But stopping, pausing, uh, putting off, realizing you can't do that now, you need to do that at a later date is one thing. But stop. No, no, I don't do that anymore. I stopped doing that altogether. There are parts of my business that I stopped doing because it was a good idea, because it wasn't good for me. I was advised to stop that. And I realized, yeah, they got a point. I do need to stop. Some things are worth stopping. There's other things that are part of your purpose, part of your passion, a part of what you always love to do, even when people didn't pay you. Even I just saw a wonderful artist online, and they were like, I'm willing to. She's willing to just give some of her art away. It's beautiful, and she's going to eventually charge. But she's in the state now that that's not her main thing. Main thing that she loves it, and so she's like, I just want to share it. I just want to, what is that thing? Did you stop doing that thing that you would even do, even if nobody paid you? That you would do in the middle of the night, get up early, have an idea. Because I could, I have all reason to be on the road and say, I won't go live this Sunday, but I do have a break this Saturday. So I can pre-record. I've got that down so that I can continue and I don't have to stop. The message doesn't have to stop. The encouragement doesn't have to stop. The empowerment doesn't have to stop just because I may be on the road and the Wi-Fi is not right. I can't, stream correctly. So I guess my question is, why did you stop? And the scripture he gave me that maybe fits, that you theologians can figure out whether it fits or not. But the scripture that he gave me that came straight, what doth hinder me? What doth hinder me? Now this is when Philip is meets a man and he shares the gospel with him, and they're riding along in the chariot, and then they see water, and he says, "Well, okay, I believe what you say. I want to be baptized. What does hinder me? Okay, here's water. What stops me? What's stopping us from you baptizing me right now? What I mean, immediately. I believe. Here's the water. Let's go. Let's get it done." That's kind of the way I live. If I don't have immediate connection and want to immediately do it, I'm probably not going to do it. But when I have immediate connection, I check with God, I check with Brian, I check with the budget and see if it works. I'm going to do it. This morning, I'm getting ready to announce somewhere that I'm going to be, but I hadn't double checked. Did I pay that? I just thought about paying it. Nope. I found my receipt. Ta-da! Because I know and I probably have paid the receipt for the event, barring a world catastrophe. I'll be there. Probably 4 to 5 months ago, I paid for it because I was like, yeah, I want to be there. Yes, I want my books in front of those. So just like uh, uh, Philip and Roman, they were like, okay, what's hindering you? So I ask you, what's hindering you? What's hindering you? What's stopping you? Why did you stop? Is it, Now, now I'm gonna leave that one kind of on the table because only you can decide that. And for me, some things I stopped. I don't want to. I don't like it anymore. I don't feel like it. It didn't work. I need to rethink that again. It's not the right time. I didn't have the money for it. I'm still saving for it. I'm still thinking about it. Did that make sense? God said no. Brian said no. I said no. I don't feel like that. Oh no, we're not doing that. I didn't even need to ask Brian and God. I just said, oh no, I don't want to do it. I'm not even going to go to God for that because I don't even want to do it. But some of you stop because number one, you slow down. You just slow down. You slow down. You know, you used to say, I'm gonna work out 5 days a week. And then all of a sudden it got to 4 days, then it got to 3 days, then it got to 2 days, and then you're like, I don't feel like doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't feel like doing that at all. So number one, you slow down. Why did you stop? Because you slowed down. You didn't keep momentum going. I have a book on that, mindset, moves, and momentum. And some people lose their momentum. Now, life happens. Life be life, and they have to make some switch and make some things that they may not be able to go as hard. But always, if you think about slowing down, at least be consistent in your slowing down. If you went 5 days a week and you now go three, be consistent in those three. If you life just like blew up in your face and you can only do a thing one time a week, do it that one time a week. I know speakers and coaches and all of that who talk about I need to go live. They were like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go live." No, 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 no. Even if you just go live one time a month and you're consistent with that one time, the third Tuesday or the fourth Thursday, be consistent in that. Get that habit going. Because why did you stop? A lot of the times it's because you slowed down, but then you lost your consistency. Even if you switch gears, switch up. I changed from Thursday to Tuesday, but you're still consistent. You might have had a change and you might have had to slow down, but you were still consistent. But we're talking about stopping. Because sometimes once you slow down, then number two, you just stop altogether. I just got to stop. Because sometimes the trick of the enemy is, well, you already slowed down. What? The next step is just stopping. So why do you keep going? You know, why do you already slow down? So you can keep slowing down until you come to the red stop sign and come to a complete stop. And then you don't do it anymore at all. Not even once a month, not even once in a while. The old folks say not even once in a blue moon because you lost your passion. You lost the energy for it. You lost the connection for it. You lost the love for it. Now, I'm going to tell you, if I'm tired, like I am now, if I'm tired and I don't feel like it, there's still something in me. You know, Jeremiah says, like fire. It's a something. I don't know if it's quite fire, but it's something that says, no, you're committed to that. If you connect with one person, it's worth it. And sometimes that one person is God that said, okay, are you going to fall off just because you're tired? Are you going to fall off because you're traveling? Are you going to fall off? Are you going to find a way to make it happen, even if you're not able to do it in the same way you've always done it? And then sometimes we slow down and then we get stopped. And then once we get stopped, that's the reason why I'm telling you, don't stop. Get stuck. You get stuck. Now, some people think, all right, sometimes maybe I'm stuck even before I'm stopped. Sometimes I slow down and then I get stuck and then I stop. But sometimes you stop and then you get stuck in that place where you stopped. I tell people often, I used to say, I'm here, I'm ready when you are, but I don't know. But some people take so long and they stay stuck so long and they don't start and don't come so long. I have moved on and now I say, well, check in with me because I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know where I'm going to be. And I know that I serve a moving God. I serve God that's always in motion and he's moving me and he's getting me in position and he's rearranging my steps. Prime example, short story. So this is something I don't do. This is something that was like very unusual. But somehow I didn't panic because I know I can always put the stop the credit card, call the company, tell them whatever. We went to a restaurant. We left, and we didn't do our normal routine. Normally, Brian's holding on to the credit card or whatever, but I didn't get it out of the sleeve from the restaurant. It was still there. I knew where it was. We was only down the street. We went stopped and got gas. Got the gas. I called the restaurant. They said, "Yep, Miss Wilson, we got your credit card." That's something I don't do. I just it was the first time. All the traveling we've done is first time ever. So we go back, and I'm still calm. Go back to the restaurant. There had been a couple in there, and I saw them, and I'm in the South, so I know how to do the black people nod. When I see another black person, I nod, they nod, I smile. How y'all doing? They hold doors. I know I'm in the South. That's just the way they do down here, so I'm always ready for it. Well, we do it in Indiana too, but it's just more prevalent in the South. So I'm standing there waiting on the little girl. She goes, "Oh, Miss Rustin, your credit card." Yeah. By now they know me. So they gone and got the manager. I'm just one time there. Got the manager. This couple that I had saw earlier nodded. Um, they come back and she nods and she sees the message on my shirt. And she says, "Oh my gosh, hi. Is that your business?" I said, "Yes." "What kind of business is it?" I said, "I'm a full service book publisher." And she says, "Oh my gosh, this is the Lord." Okay. So she mentions the Lord. So I'm like, "Okay, Lord, what did you just do?" Because this is not my normal to be leaving credit cards everywhere I go. So what did you just do? So she says, "I was sitting in my car this morning before I headed to work, and the Lord said, you will finish that book." Now, what's the likelihood? Yeah, it's a God assignment. So I left the credit card because I knew it was safe with the manager. Okay. And I can always double check, and my card, they don't play around. So if it was something on there, it wasn't supposed to be on there, I can always get it off. So I go to my car and get the business card. She says, "Oh, you gonna publish my book?" Okay, so that was to me what I call a divine connection. All right. So I'm like, all right, so Lord, you're orchestrating stuff up in the heavens, down here on earth, and I'm mine, made a mistake. I owe up to it. It was me. But I'm like, so you had me forget my card was in there. So then they brought me back to the restaurant, met up with the lady. She got my business card. Now, whether she does business with me or not, it's the mere fact that something he told her, he had me come back. I was in the right. So, like I said, sometimes you're stuck and you can't necessarily make sure that the person that you were supposed to meet up with and connect with them go be in that same place at that same time. Because when you're somebody like me, who's God's telling, moving, directing, sowing, reaping, harvesting, making mistakes, messing up, fixing up, and rearranging, and listening, and praying, and asking God, "Ooh, why did you stop?" Some people stuck, but I strive not to be stuck. Yeah, I need rest. Yeah, I need to recover. I will, I promise. But stuck? No, I'm not going to be stuck. And then finally, well, two more. I know I'm talking a lot today, but here we go. Okay, now what's going on? But some of you, I'll just move on to talking to my. Some of you are scared. There we go. Scared to be, scared to put it out there. Not just a book, but anything. Scared to do. I was at a conference. Oh, I got my too many stories, but I was at a conference, and um, the preacher called out, if you're somebody in ministry and have not been uh, hiding your gift or sitting on your gift, come down to the altar. I thought, hiding your gift? It's 2024. What do you mean hiding your gift? Hide your gift. When your boss is God and you go, oh Lord, I'm not talking about man. I said God, the Almighty God, the King of Kings, the Most High God. You gonna hide your gift when you got platforms to speak and free on social media? What? Hide your gift? What? But some of you may be scared. You're scared you may be found out. You're scared you may fail. whatever that looks like. Because I don't think you really fully fail. I think you learn and you make mistakes and you get back up, dust yourself off, and my client Tammy Durden said, and win. But some of you are scared you're going to succeed. You may be thinking you're fearful because, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Who's going to find out? Some of you are scared you're going to succeed. But finally, you can't succeed until you start. Or in some of your cases, restart. So why just stop? What's hindering you? What's stopping you? Now, rearrange. I'm back to my disclaimer. Rearrange your life. You got responsibilities, you got bills, you got kids, you got aging parents, you got responsibilities, your job switch, you lost your job. Yeah, sure. But there are some things that do not require money. There are some things that God's trying to give money to you if you would step out on faith and do what he says. Now, not some great idea you saw on TikTok or what somebody else did. And I think, no. What God says, he's going to make good. He that hath begun a good work in you shall and will perform until the day where he will pay for what he orders. If he asks for it, and yeah, he knows your limitations. Yeah, he knows the things you feel like you can't do and you don't want to do, and I'm not Moses. I can't speak, and I'm not. He asked you all them questions, and he didn't say get on them excuses. You can't succeed until you start or restart. Now, if we need to have a conversation, let's do that. Talkwithroyston.com. You know how to find me. And but I'm telling you, until you actually do what God says do and step out, not only just out on faith, but just start activating the voice and the call that he's put on your life, you will not live the abundant life that you were born to live. When I stand before him, I'll owe up to my mistakes, the things I did wrong, but I also owe up to the things I did what you said. It didn't come out perfect all the time, but I didn't stop. I kept going until you said it was time to stop. Until you told me it was a new assignment or a new objective or move in a different direction. I strive to do what you said and live the life you died for me to have. And as we're in the Lent season, you got to reflect on all of that. And sometimes you want to stop because you're by yourself. Well, Jesus couldn't do. He was on the cross. I mean, the people on two sides was up there. Jesus was on that cross by himself. His mama and his people standing around. The disciples done run and hid, and there were a whole lot of crowd who knew him and come see Jesus. They crucified him. But some things you are going to be alone with, but you're never alone because he said, "I promise never to leave you nor forsake you." So he's with us. No excuse. May not be physically somebody present, but spiritually, he's always right down there with us. So I just thought you can't succeed until you start. And in some people's places, we start because we came to live our best life. Coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on envision-radio.com. Download the free Envision Radio and Magazine app. The other free apps, wherever podcasts are heard, please tune in and share, like, comment. We appreciate that. We've been moving almost now into year 5, and oh my gosh, it's just amazing all the things that God has allowed us to do and talk about. But live your best life is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com. Then coming up at 11 a.m., Spike Davis and Friends show. And then on Tuesdays, the Book Business Show, where I'm pouring my 16 years of writing, publishing, and promotion, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the ups and downs and all arounds. And right there on in vision-radio.com. The replays are at the Book Business Boss podcast. I think we're working on uploading season 2 of the Book Business Boss show. So please share and tune in. Coming up as the way of announcements, I got to move along before 10 a.m. How about that? April 6th, I will be at the an event, a resource event. So look for that community. If you're in the Southern Indiana area, we'll be at the Community Action of Southern Indiana in Jeffersonville, Indiana, on 15th Street, and from 10 a.m. To 1 p.m. on April 6th. Then on April 20th, I'll be at the Early Childhood Conference 2024 as a vendor at the Elizabethtown Community and Technical College there in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. We'll be there with some child care center, early childhood educators. Looking forward to that. So I'm really kind of on tour, especially for educators and getting my books in front of educators so they won't say, I didn't know you existed. Oh my goodness. So whether it's on a district level or local, on a state level, whatever level it is, sometimes I have to go directly to the actual teachers and educators themselves. That's my assignment. And so on April 20th, I'll be in E-Town. I think there'll be about 200 educators there. And then I'm going to April 25th through the 27th, I'll be in Columbus, Ohio at the Ohio Alliance of Black School Educators. So I look forward to meeting up with educators in the month of April, the next 3 weeks, catching up on business, touching base with clients, eating food with friends, and relaxing and or enjoy the educational season. For all of my online stores, all of the contact information, if you're looking, of course, to publish or you need to talk about your book, go to talkwithroyston.com. But everything you can find at juliaakroyston.com. That's Julia, another A and K, Royston, Royston.com. You all be blessed. Have a fantastic week. And remember, watch yourself. Let's go. What's hindering you? Sometimes it's probably just you. Let's get back on that horse. Pray, ask God, get direction. Look at your life, look at your schedule, look at your calendar, and make it happen. Be blessed. Love you